Hey everyone, Brian here with Brink Analytics. Today I want to talk about the Permit Insights mapping platform and the custom notes feature. So I'm going to go through a few use cases of the custom notes. Keep in mind you can actually save anything you want in that field, so you don't have to use it the way that I'm showing. Feel free to modify this for your own purposes. I'll just give a few use cases that are possibilities today, and I'll give you an idea how you can use it. I'll also show you how to find your notes after the fact. So right now, I'm looking at an area of Washington, D.C., and I'm looking at the latest lead information for this area, so this week's data. And perhaps my business is only interested in demolitions. So not commercial demolitions, but let me look for residential demolitions. So I'm going to go ahead and filter that by clicking on demolitions in the construction type chart. And you'll notice that immediately we filtered down to 27 permits only for residential demolitions. Now, perhaps my first stage of my workflow in my business is actually to visit these sites. So an easy way to do that would be to print the map. You can print the map off. You can also go to the data table view, and you can, as you can see here, you could export all the sites that meet the criteria by copying this out or printing as a PDF. Go back to the map view. What I'm going to show you right now is how you can enter data. So perhaps I've now visited some of these sites on the weekend. I went out and drove them. I visited this particular lead, and let's just say that for my business, I'm going to go ahead and enter the date just to remind myself when I did the site visit. Maybe this was not a good fit. Correctly spell. Not there. Not a good fit. And hit save. Now you notice that once it saved it and that little pop-up, you say, okay, not a problem. So perhaps I continue to drive south visiting some of these sites. And in this case, I've already entered in some information, but let's just say again, 4-8, I did the site visit, was not a good fit. If you're typing that in real time, you need to hit save, but I've already entered these. And then perhaps I get to this site and I met the owner on site, and I'm going to follow up with John Smith on or about 4/13, and perhaps he also gave me his phone number. So if I wanted to modify this note that I've already entered, all you have to do is just add extra text, delete, etc. So let's just say it's 555-1212, and I'm going to go ahead and save. So if you modify it, you do need to hit the save button. It'll let you know that your note was saved. No problem. Hit X. And then perhaps down here, perhaps this site requires some title information. So perhaps I would like to task somebody in the back office. So John Doe in the back office of my business, I leave him a note, JD, and then research title information. And he knows the date that I entered the permit note, the lead information. And again, I can hit save again, even though I didn't modify it, it doesn't matter. Back out. So if I'm in the back office or if I'm looking this up on a different day, how do I just get down to the sites that I've actually entered in information? So in the lower left here, there's a custom filter, and there's actually a custom filter for permit notes. Now, the notes filter is only checking to see is there data entered at all. It doesn't care what was entered. It's only looking that there was information entered. So if I go ahead and click this on, you'll notice that the 4 leads where I've entered in information have been filtered down on the map. They've been filtered in the charts. But if I click the data table view, you're going to see there's my notes, and here are the 4 leads that are left. Now you notice that not a good fit. You can sort alphabetically. So if you take the same format, it's very easy for certain things to just filter out. So like if you're not interested, you're not a good fit, they'll actually be lumped together. But you can see right here, John Doe research title information. It's easy if John Doe was accessing the Permit Insights platform in the back office, that he would know what to do, as well as a reminder for yourself to follow up with John Smith on 4/13-555-1212. And then as you work through these, go back to the map view. As you work through these, you can easily see that perhaps those were not a good fit, but let's say that I finally did, it's 4/13, and I followed up with John Smith, and let's just say that John isn't interested in what we're selling. So on 4/13/18, we'll just say close loss. And then perhaps this other site, after researching the title information, let's say that I contacted the owner and they're interested in our services, move to contracts, whatever your current workflow is, you can save that note. And now if we go back to the data table view, you'll actually see that you'll see here that we'll have our new notes listed in a notes field. So those things are linked and they update. If you turn off the permit notes filter, you also get back to your full selection. And again, if for whatever reason you just want to delete these notes, it's as simple as hitting the delete button and the note is deleted. And you'll notice if we go back to the data table view and sort by notes, there's only 3 now because we deleted the 4th. So that's a good overview of how you can use the notes. There's a million ways to set up your own kind of uses for it, but in general, it's not meant to be a heavy-duty CRM, but it is meant to give you some reminders so that you can easily find these, as well as filter on the map for exactly what you're looking for. So perhaps in your workflow, somebody in the back office is actually looking and researching the sites and is giving you a note as to whether the site is worthy of a site visit in the field or not. That can also be done. You can easily filter them out by just clicking on the permit notes custom filter and then just view the data table and you can see which ones you should go visit. So thanks again for your time. Appreciate using our platform.